Welcome to Film 360, the Full Circle Film Show. Tonight we've got Alicia and John from City of Salt, and we're going to have a great show, so stick around. We've got some pretty exciting stuff going on tonight. We're actually having a world premiere for a trailer and a first scene from the movie City of Salt that's coming up. But before we get into that, I have a little game for you guys.
Oh boy.
I call this crowdsourced synopsis. I posted early on Facebook today and said, if you heard a movie had the title City of Salt, what would you expect that movie to be about?
Oh my god.
These are the responses.
Oh my.
Why don't you go ahead first, Alicia?
A team of adventurers and scientists find a gate to a parallel universe. It is discovered at the end of the story that they have shrunken themselves and are not in a parallel universe, but just in the kitchen. City of Salt.
City of Salt.
City of Salt. I love it.
That is great. So the one I have is a story about the seedy underbelly of Detroit.
That's not bad.
City
Like,
of...
it's not the right name, but yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Could be
love it
salty.
though. That was good.
City of Salt. The site of an ancient salt deposit is home to subterranean living humans. Coming of age story of some of them tunneling to the surface.
I love that it's a coming of age story. Anyway.
Great.
I love
A story about a city that was destroyed and plowed with salt to prevent further growth. That's a good city.
Oh, great. City of Salt. Documentary about the amount of salt in our food. That's funny
not
because
bad.
that's
A lot of
kind of our
sodium,
next project is
Yeah,
stuff like that.
it's a good one. A story about a group of... Sorry, this is a good one. A story about a group of inbred miners in a salt mine near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
It's so weirdly specific.
Beautiful. That's good.
City of Salt. Wife ignores husband's sage advice and lives to regret it.
Took me a while to realize it was Sodom and Gomorrah. I was like,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. Anyway.
A tale that depicts the effects of colonialism on Western Africa.
Wow.
You got that one.
City of Salt. Documentary on the salt industry. Makes sense.
This one is the best of them all, I believe.
I saved it for last.
This is a great one. I would expect it to just be a story about Salt Lake City.
I was pretty
Very
excited.
nice.
We had that happen too in the last one where I was like, hey, that one actually got it. Awesome. Okay, so now that you guys have had a taste of what City of Salt is not, let's go ahead. We're going to roll the trailer and let you get a glimpse of what it is.
Teaser trailer.
Teaser trailer. Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Dad, this is important. I did something I really regret yesterday.
I swear to you, I would never hurt my little girl. I was trying to help her. I wanted what was best for her.
This case is cold.
When we close, there's a suicide.
Anything but that.
She makes me sick. Tomorrow, we have the test of our time ahead of us. We have many difficult challenges to face. But together and unified, we are a force to reckon with.
First of all, guys, thanks so much for sharing that here first. So I hope everybody enjoyed that at home. First glance, I didn't know a whole lot about the production, but it looks like you guys are working with some good gear, some good people. Pretty
Amazing
exciting.
People. Amazing people. One of the things that we really strive for is that, people that we bring on, we make family. So that's what's most important for us.
So yeah, on this production, it's probably about 160 people deep right now.
Awesome.
It's a big production.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. And then why don't you tell us a little bit about what it's about? I know there's a lot you can't say because it's a mystery from what I
Sure.
gather, but give us a feel for as much of a synopsis as we can get.
Okay. So what it is it's about a popular high school girl who is, she disappears in the middle of her father's political campaign. So it's really about the community and, the different elitist and family members trying to figure out what happened to this girl and the events that led up to her disappearance. And we find out that she had been living a double life and that it could have been murder, and so there are all kinds of different things that come into play. It's kind of based on like Greek tragedies and medieval morality plays is kind of what I modeled it after.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you said that you're a doctor.
Yeah.
A doctor of
Education.
education. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which
So you
it's kind of come into play more for this production than it ever has in my career in education because it's all about project management and psychology and
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, real quick, we're going to go to now. Now we've had a little bit of a synopsis. We want to show the first scene. Again, this is another exclusive.
Yes.
So sit tight for this first scene.
And keep in mind that it is not colored and scored or anything yet.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I love this. I love this.
About as
Awesome.
rough
This is
as you
very
get.
raw.
early release content, which I just love. So
Exactly.
enjoy.
Very raw.
Metro incoming.
Hey folks, I'm
Nice to
Sheriff
meet you.
Pershing.
Thanks for coming so quick.
This is Deputy Nitra.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for calling us up, even without the jurisdictional pushback.
Well, we found evidence that may help to find the missing Duran girl, so we're gonna do so by any means necessary.
This isn't about jurisdictions. This is about a missing girl, maybe even the Duran girl.
Yeah, we appreciate the call. Now let's get our teams up here and get to work.
Roger that, ma'am.
Hey team, it's Stanley. I need you up here. Right now.
Incoming. Keep it sterile.
Right there. Mrs. Duran, Mr. Duran. Okay, my name is Detective Stanley. This is my partner, Detective Hobbs. There may be some indication that Theo was up here as recently as today. Make a hold. I'm gonna take you what I brought you up here to show you.
Thank you.
I need you to stay focused on me. This could be a little difficult. Please watch your step here. Did Theo give any indication that she was suicidal?
But no. I mean, no. I mean, she's a normal teenager. She had her moods and her deep, dark secrets and everything, but you tell me what teenager doesn't.
What about you, sir? Every moment that passes is crucial.
There was an incident a couple of weeks ago. It was after the campaign party. She told me that she was gay, and then she
What?
introduced me to her girlfriend. It was right after the guests left. She said there was something she needed to tell me, something important, and there was someone she wanted me to meet.
Who is this person that she wanted you to meet?
Look, I don't see how any of this is relevant. Couldn't she have just run off? Kids do that all the time. Why
We
would you
searched her backpack, sir, and we found this.
What is that? To do. Hard this out.
No. No. She would not do that. She's not like that. She's got straight A's.
There's
She's
more.
perfect.
One of the hoodies was found drenched in blood, and there's more blood that leads to the creek.
Tell her, Will. Tell her, God damn you, tell her! Who is this girl that she introduced you to? Who is she? And why didn't you tell me? I'm her mother! I needed to be there for her, you just... God damn you, she's dead because of you! I'm kidding! No! Calm down! You do not tell me to calm down. Do you have kids? No! I'm her mother!
Hey! We are doing the best we can.
Let's grab you a warm blanket up there so you can regroup, okay?
Mr. Duran, come with me. Let's go this way. Come on. Listen, tell me what I need to know, or I will book you for obstruction. There's no winning here. You've got a decision to make. Either it gets out that you're impeding an investigation, or that your daughter is suicidal. You choose.
I want to talk to my lawyer.
Right. He wants his lawyer. Let's take him in for questioning.
Wait. Just, okay. Theo introduced me to her lover. Her female lover. Some maid from next door, I think. Pamela, I think, was her name. And I was shocked. It was right during my campaign party.
What did you say to her?
That I would rather die or have her die than to have my daughter come out as gay. I screamed at Pamela about being hired help and that she was out of line, and I banished them from ever seeing each other again.
I see. Look, we've got another problem. This river runs westward, underground for the next 3 miles.
What does that mean?
If someone fell in, there's very little chance of recovering the body.
No, what? No, this isn't happening. Oh my God. Let's see what's on it.
Hey, give us a hand.
I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have done it if I had known it's you. Oh my God. Oh God. Heavenly Father, please no. Please no. Please. Heavenly Father, why would you do this? Why?
Now, something I saw a lot, I've watched a lot of the progress of this project, and you describe it as having a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose?
Oh, where do I start?
If you can say, I mean,
there are a lot of issues that we deal with here in Salt Lake City. We're not demonizing anyone or any certain group, but there are things that we're dealing with as far as opioid addiction and abuse, LGBTQ issues all the time,
teen suicide,
rape culture, teen suicide. And so all of those things are things that we're addressing.
Cool.
And we're doing it through narrative. We're not doing it to shove it in your face or have an agenda or anything like that. These are just, slice of life narrative ways of telling it.
People that make decisions, and when you make those decisions, there are outcome that, consequences to those decisions that you make.
On whatever side you're on.
Yeah.
So it's just slice of life.
And I love that approach, the approach of using a story instead of just a soapbox.
Yeah.
And so if you want to share a point of view, putting it through a character's eyes can be infinitely more compelling than pretty much any other form. So I wanted to talk about, you sent me over 2 lists, and so we're going to be spacing this over 2 episodes here. But I wanted to talk, because I loved the attitude, the feel that your list gave. which I don't usually I just get a set of bullet points from people, but you actually had some more information there, and I just like the feeling that it gets from. So the number one thing that you said for pre-production is to build a family.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean to you? How do you do that?
You want to bring people around you in your project, whatever it may be, even outside of film, that believe in it and who will be just as passionate as you are about it. And once that happens, then they're invested just like you are. So you get a really excited team of people when that happens, and it's magic.
And it's family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
to go to work every day and hang out with your family all day long, then it's not work. It's just you're
Having some fun.
You're having fun and making something spectacular.
There will be conflicts, of course, just as in any family.
Like any
but,
family.
You know.
Awesome. Okay. Now, I think this harkens back to you talked about the project, the planning and development and things like that. That you were prepared for this. That you said plan a project to a logical model.
Logic model.
Logic model. So what does that mean?
So it's essentially coming up with like a concept map or a timeline of, okay, so here are the resources that we have. This is the budget we're going to need. You know, this is how we're going to get there. So those are the inputs, and then you have the outputs that eventually lead to the results and the impact long term that the film will be. Because for Zepstone Media, which is our company, we're all about social change, and really that's the underlying purpose of this production company. And so for us, the impact long term is to have this film change society in some way, even if it's minuscule, you know, just like a ripple effect. And so we had to look at, okay, what do we need to do to make this project, you know, come into fruition and get it finished, right? Because so many projects just don't get finished.
Yeah.
And then, you know, making sure that it gets out there so that it can create that change.
Cool. Absolutely.
So are you a spreadsheet person? Are you a Gantt chart person? Are you what's your are you a serial killer board person?
Throw it on the table and sort out the paperwork.
Yeah, concept maps are huge, and Google Drive, anything, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets. I mean, it's just a matter of just staying organized for every single part of it. So
organization. Like, make sure that you're always on top of everything, and talk to your team afterwards and just take notes of
huddles
take
before
notes of the day.
and after production. I mean, just
huddles in the morning and huddles at night.
But that's kind of during production too. So
it's all
right.
It's
awesome.
It's all the way through.
Okay, I like this one a lot, and this is something I find is hard to do. So I think it's important to build in, which is document your behind the scenes
right off the bat.
From the get-go.
You're going to want people there with their phones out, you know, whatever it may be. We have a BTS team that also happens to be our crew.
Amazing.
Sure, but I
mean, from the very beginning, even when there was just the table read and just, you know, the idea.
Even before that, we had
even before the table read. I mean, they've been there since day one, and the goal is to just make a documentary later on about how this whole thing happened.
Nice.
And one of the things that I've always noticed when you look at like successful, for me, you know, I'm more in the music realm as well, but seeing when you're, you know, seeing successful bands, they always have behind-the-scene footage, no matter what. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, all those cats back in the day, they always had a camera on them everywhere, and so they've documented their entire life. And to me, I think that also keeps you on track too, because then you're right on top of it, and you've got this camera there, and you know, well, I just got to keep going, and this is my mission, and it's just,
I think it's
I love it.
It's great.
Those little moments.
Those little moments,
Well, and I've seen them. I've seen it all in my feed too, as you've been posting, which keeps the movie fresh in my mind, you know, and socially as well. But it also, it's that behind the scenes stuff.
It's important.
Makes a difference.
It really does. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a successful band that's never had BTS.
Yeah.
Like they're always documenting everything they do. I think that's just a sign of success.
I'd agree. Okay. And the next one is protect yourself. And I think there's so many different things that we have to protect ourselves from in film. You've got legal problems, you've got social problems, you've got physical problems.
Layers.
So what in particular were you kind of meaning to highlight there?
Most importantly, just making sure that you have an LLC established, that you've got all your ducks in a row as far as potential
business
lawyer, business license, all these things that, will help you later on should anything happen, God forbid, but it's just, it's nice to have that kind of thing set up. Especially for a feature-length film.
Yeah.
I mean, for a short, probably not so much, especially when...
it depends what you want to do with it, right?
It kind of depends.
If you want it to go big, you should have all this stuff. I think that's true. Okay, now this next one I think was probably particularly important for you guys because you have a purpose, you have things that you want to highlight, issues you want to highlight locally, which is no doors closed, specifically in investment circles. So what specifically do you mean by that? How do you employ that strategy? How do you use that idea?
Pitch it to everyone. Not just people in film, but there might be someone who is not necessarily wealthy, but who has that kind of cash flow, who believes in your project, even if they've never been a part of a film industry before, who wants to back it. You just never know. Yeah. You could be talking to your investor in a bar, or, you just never know. Never close those doors, and be professional about it too, because you just don't know.
You just never know
what bridges you're burning if you just count them out. So
Absolutely. Okay, real quick, we need to take a break, give our sponsors a little love that they deserve. So we are going to be right back with a few more great pre-production tips.
Oh, accursed one. I shall have my revenge.
And cut.
Sometimes you need a place to get that perfect shot, whether it's in a mystic land, a galaxy far, far away, or in an office not so far away. But most people don't have the resources for a full studio or the money to rent one. Enter Creative Stream. Creative Stream was built from the ground up with creators and business needs in mind. It's the perfect space whether you're making a YouTube video, recording a corporate training, or just getting those final shots for your latest feature film. Creative Stream is pre-lit, and the state-of-the-art LED lighting setup allows for effortless lighting adjustments that will make your work stand out. The studio features a white cyc wall, a green screen, and a beautiful talk show set. Creative Stream has fantastic prices for professionals and even offers special pricing for student filmmakers. Whatever the size of your next production, Creative Stream can make you look your very best. To learn more or schedule your next production, visit www.creativestreamstudios.com.
Running a successful business is hard work, and navigating the complexities of the law is time-consuming and even costly. There are so many legal considerations: business formations, entity selection, taxes, partnership agreements, licensing, hiring employees, business contracts, non-disclosure agreements, sale of a business, estate plans, and mergers, just to name a few. This is more work than most business owners can handle on their own. Let Summa Business Law guide you through each phase of your business and help your business achieve further growth. Summa Business Law offers a flexible subscription service that makes it possible for anyone to have access to the business counsel they need. A monthly subscription can give you access to document reviews, protecting you from potential legal threats, one-on-one meetings, as well as business and legal advice. We offer mobile services that come to you to save you time and money, and calls and emails are available at any time at no additional cost. Contact Summa Business Law today to schedule your free consultation and help your business reach its potential. Welcome back. We're going to hit on the next point here, which is regular meetings. Now, you talked about huddles before and after, which I really like that idea. But regular meetings, what kind of meetings are you talking about? What do you use them for?
Production meetings once a week to plan out, call sheets, what we're expecting, what kind of budget, like do we have locations secured? And then we were, for a while, having marketing meetings once a week as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just being consistent with that. It's easy to let life get in the way, especially when, as a lot of us do, we work a job, right, during a 9 to 5. But it's really important just to be consistent about those meetings and make sure that everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. I think that not enough people bring in a marketing mindset in pre-production. I see this. So I like that a lot. And next is be positive and empower others, which seems to be a big part of what you want to do.
Yeah.
As I read over the list. So what are some ways that you specifically try to empower people?
I really show a lot of enthusiasm on set.
Yes, you do. She'll run people over.
Well, I mean,
let me see the replay.
When there's a good take, I just lose it. Like I just like flail my hands up and just giddy, and everyone knows that Dr. A is happy when they hear like an ee,
I was
or
gonna say a high-pitched squeal.
yeah, a high-pitched squeal is usually a good indicator. But like if people feel that you're excited about the project, then that whole excitement's gonna radiate throughout the production. And so it's just about being genuine. Like if you're normally not a bubbly person, don't go out of your way to be squealing on set. But I am just an overly optimistic and enthusiastic person, and so I think it empowers other people when they see that they're doing things that are good. That like we killed it. It's not just all about nitpicking; it's validation too.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, this one I've had some personal negative experiences with people that I won't bring up. But
I think I know.
Show up.
Show up. Be present.
Yeah.
Don't be flaky. If you're involved in a project, you need to be present, not just physically, but mentally too. And that's been something that we've dealt with in the past, and I'm sure everyone has. So that's a big part of being professional.
And be prepared for if they don't show up. Be prepared that you have
for
a backup
consequences and what
Yeah.
You have to take the steps necessary to.
Yeah, if you feel like they're gonna start slipping, prepare yourself immediately. Like, don't even question it. Just get on somebody else real quick and say, this is a potential, and whatever it is, and
plan A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Have you got a horror story that you can share? I don't want to be bad mouthing anybody, so. But
some almost horror stories, but not quite.
Okay.
Because
you had.
We caught it. We caught it in time. Yeah, if it
preparing for the unexpected.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. Go with your gut. If your gut even turns a little bit, question it and then follow it, because sometimes it knows more than your brain, hands down.
Yeah. Okay, going on to garner interest. So it seems to me that a lot of crowdfunding campaigns these days are just about the money, but it seems like yours had the dual purpose of raising awareness, because that's really what I saw a lot in your crowdfunding, was getting an audience built for the show. Is that true?
Yeah, it really was. And social media is free, so utilize it.
It is.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
All
if you
kinds
can,
of little
if you can just send a little message out there, say, hey, this is what's going on, but don't give away the whole cow. And
like our marketing team is specifically handling accounts right now for the characters themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be rolling out pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Nice. Okay, so what's your number one tip as far as social media stuff goes, as far as garnering that interest? What's something that you did this time around that you maybe hadn't tried before that you think is really
we got a marketing
really
team.
Yeah, we got other people to do it for us.
Yeah.
No, it's just being consistent, even if it's behind the scenes, just posting at least once every other day, and kind of varying the groups that you post to, and also not being afraid to post on groups that aren't just film. Yeah. Like we've been posting on LGBTQ, we've been posting on opioid awareness.
Okay.
International rape crisis. I mean, just all kinds of stuff we've been posting on.
Yeah.
It's not
so
just
whatever
your groups.
Yeah, so whatever your project's about, reach out. There's obviously going to be a page out there that is going to meet what you're trying to put out there. That's not just in your circle, but get it out to a different community of people that may show interest.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, and number 10, organize and prepare. What do you feel like you, maybe in past productions, were less organized and prepared for, that maybe you've turned around this time?
I would say scripty notes. I think that notes taken during production, it helps the editor so
Continuity.
much. Really, continuity, everything. But as far as pre-production goes, I don't know. We've always kind of rocked it.
Yeah, we've never really had anything. I mean, when we prepare something, I think
we follow it through.
We just organize that to the very end. We just make sure that everything is lined up, and we just follow those lines that we've written out. So.
And just not letting it hit the cutting room floor. I mean, I know stuff can happen. You know, there's sound is a big thing that can destroy an entire project, but push. Try to get it finished and get it out there no matter what.
I think one of the biggest things is make sure the people that you bring on board know what they're doing. So prepare for that.
Yes.
Make sure that
That's a good point.
when your first day, I would even take your first hour, 2 hours of shooting, and then go back and listen to audio and check the picture and make sure that everything is good. Because you wouldn't want to waste 12 hours of your day and come back and find out that your audio was botched and that whole scene was just wasted, when you could actually take an hour, go back, listen to it, even just, but make sure you've got really solid people behind you and you've seen their work, they're tried and true. I mean, even if you get somebody that's new to the scene that may have all the equipment and they may know what they're doing, just check their work. That's
a great point.
There's no harm in checking their work.
Of their equipment and make sure that you're utilizing, like, I've had a situation once where there was a bunch of different sound equipment and only the boom was being used. Like, why weren't we using labs? Why weren't we, And so that's another part of it too, is just like being aware of all the different, like, especially as a director, just being aware of all the different moving parts. And not like micromanaging, but just knowing, like,
just know that it's there for if you need it for use.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Okay, this is a great list, and I'm excited that we're gonna follow up next time with our tips for production. So everybody stay tuned, because when that show airs, that's gonna be just as good. So thanks again for you guys for being here, joining us today.
Thanks.
Keep an eye out, City of Salt. Is there a website currently that they can go to, I assume?
Not currently. It's being built.
There's a Facebook
page, and
City
the website's being
film
built.
Or movie? City of Salt
City of Salt movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so check that out on Facebook. Big shout out to our producer, Les Keller, for everything he does behind the scenes, and we're excited to be back with you guys next time on Film 360.